Another edition of Community Roundups brought to you by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. I'm John Flatters. I've got Tracy Hammond with me from the Huskies and Jared Braun from the Salvation Army. Today was the Huskies Fill the Bus food drive. Tracy, how many people overall included, not including the Huskies because they obviously had to help, but in terms of volunteers, how many people overall came out to help out?
We had about 12 drivers driving around the boys, plus we had 11 volunteers inside sorting and stocking the shelves, and we had about 25 extra players, which included the U15 and U13 Flyers teams for minor hockey.
So it was one of those things by committee, everybody kind of pulling their weight, and I know usually it's fill the bus. Mm-hmm. We did a little bit differently this year, so what were some of the sort of main differences from this year from most years?
Most years, in years past, they were down at the rec center in the lobby area, sorting and filling boxes, and then they would take those boxes and load the bus and transport them back to the Salvation Army. For them, the Salvation Army volunteers then to stock the shelves. This year, we were stationed at the Salvation Army, sorting and stocking the shelves for them. So kind of help them out because they're short of volunteers or whatever. So.
And Jared, you showed me a picture maybe a couple of minutes ago, and it was just a shot of the shelves maybe a week ago, and then now the shelves now, and just sort of, we were talking about sometimes it's a roller coaster of making sure that there's enough food there for people who need it. But you had mentioned it's not just getting the food in; it's how many people are using it. So maybe just a little bit about the increased use of the food bank this year.
Yeah, it was kind of a gut check the other day to just see, we installed some new shelves, created more space, but at the same time realizing the food we had taken off the shelves wasn't a lot. And so I was really excited for the Huskies event coming up, and I'm just blown away to see the shelves filled up because, as you mentioned, the need has continued to go up. We were in October over 900 people that we served through the food bank, and so to see those shelves filled up helps us to know we're going to be well-stocked, well-resourced to support everybody that we can.
So Tracy, you got the list there with all the numbers, and in terms of actual total weight, tonnage, poundage, what did we hit this year?
We hit 6,239 pounds.
That's pretty amazing. That's good stuff. And that's obviously, it's all staying right here in the community. It's helping people in need in the community. Obviously, Jared, we're in the kettle campaign period as well. So what are some other ways that people, if they're in that giving spirit, they saw kind of the Huskies thing, they got the food bank, they got their food donations, what are some other ways that they can help out the Salvation Army? Yeah,
so we're coming near the end of Christmas hamper application season. We want to be able to support up to 300 families in our community who otherwise would have a difficult time getting a nice Christmas meal. Like some of us may take it, for granted that we're able to do that. And so through our Christmas hamper application, people can get a full Christmas meal, or toys for families with children who would struggle to maybe get their kids good toys. Through our hampers, we're able to do that. And so we're looking for community people that would contribute towards those hampers and be able to provide everybody in Fort St. John the opportunity just to have an amazing, blessed Christmas. We've all gone through such a difficult season, and the joy of this season should be welcome and deserved by everybody. And so that's our desire, and we're so grateful for the community partnerships that we have to be able to do that.
And as adults, we like to think that we've got our sort of good perspective on that kind of thing. But Tracy, you're a hockey mom, and you've seen some of these hockey players come through. Why is it so important that young guys and hockey players and athletes sort of learn about giving back and about thinking about people other than themselves? I mean, I'm sure this is all stuff that you've taught your kids from birth, but how is it just sort of an extra boost for their confidence, their maturity to do these sort of things and to put their faces out there in the community?
Well, get out in the community and see, I know there's some areas in town that they hit that I think they witnessed that some of the doors they went to, those people are the ones that are accessing, so they didn't collect food from there. So, it was great that they were out there in the community. We'd like to get them out there more, but we all know that our league is kind of a working class league. A lot of our boys work, but so this way at least they can get out in the community and see, people.
Real world, life, real exactly, world, for sure. And Jared, again, as we go forward into the new year, obviously anybody can always come drop food off, donations off, anything like that. Is there anything else that's more valuable or necessary, or a need that just always sort of keeps getting missed or forgotten about?
Yeah, well, I think just seeing the team come in today and what can be accomplished when you bring a group of people together, the volunteer power in that. And of course, we'd love to have a hockey team come by all the time, but we love our volunteers. I mean, they're the backbone of our organization. And so we always say we welcome volunteers to come and help in the food bank, in the thrift store. Once COVID restrictions loosen up, we can take volunteers over at Northern Center of Hope as well, helping provide meals to the people that we're housing over there. And so that's a really excellent way for people to get involved, and sometimes for people to kind of come and see what we do. You know, people are familiar with our thrift store to come and shop, but don't necessarily understand what's all happening through the food bank and behind the scenes. And so volunteering is a great way, you know, just like Tracy was talking about, to educate and understand how we can collectively as a community address the needs, you know, so practically, so that, you know, people don't need to be hungry, don't need to be homeless. And we love to invite people into that experience.
Well, and it's, you know, I keep thinking, you know, the Huskies are a very well-run organization from the top right on down, from everybody who's involved. And I think this is just another example of when you care about the community cares about you. And I think a lot of the smiling faces that we saw, you know, celebrating the season the Huskies are having, and then also saying, hey, good job for doing something good for the community. So I think it's sort of one of those partnerships that's only going to get better with time. And it's really, today was a good sign for the future. But I think that's going to do it for us. I know you've got probably some Sunday evening dinners to get home to. So for the Community Roundup, brought to you by Brad's Furniture and Appliances. Obviously, Jared Braun, very gracious host. Tracy Hammond, our special events or volunteer coordinator extraordinary.
Special events.
Jack of all trades. Of course, I'm John Flatters, and thanks for watching.